Hello to all of you viewers of Equinoxe Television. It's 6 p.m. by 6 o'clock. We thank you so much for joining us on this edition of the news. Our major stories right away. Following mudslides which have caused loss of property and several lives in some risk areas across Cameroon lately, local authorities in some cities have resolved to demolish houses of those who they say have constructed in no-go zones. We tell you more on the current plus imminent demolition exercise in this edition of the news. Plus, in this edition of the news, we will be asking the question, is military intervention a possible solution to the uprising in neighboring Niger? Viewers, those are our major stories. Stay with us for details and more. Welcome back, viewers. Thank you so much for staying on. My name is Annabila Leke for presentation. We just told you a while ago in the headlines that following demolition or mudslides which have cost lives of several persons in some cities in Cameroon, the local authorities have decided to demolish some houses in risk zones here in Douala. The inhabitants of Lendine, the Douala 5 subdivision, are protesting over the demolition of their houses by some individuals claiming it is the state property. The people who have been living in this area for over 7 years say they have land titles and will never accept that their years of investment be taken away from them. Mala Glory tells us more.
Not even the rain nor the presence of the forces of law and order were able to stop them from protesting. We are at Lendi, a neighborhood in the Douala 5 municipality. The inhabitants of this neighborhood came out in their numbers Monday morning to protest against the demolition of their houses.
Oui, ça fait depuis presque un mois que nous sommes menacés. On nous demande de quitter la zone, que la zone ne nous appartient pas. Or, nous tous, on a les titres fonciers.
J'habite le quartier depuis pratiquement 7 ans et nous avons tous des titres fonciers en bonne et due forme. Et nous ne comprenons pas que un beau matin, des caterpillars, des engins avec des gens militarisés, des gendarmes, des policiers viennent et commencent à casser nos barrières. Et il n'y a même pas, en plus, ne présente même pas de documents.
The people complain they were not informed of the demolition exercise. They were only surprised by the presence of bulldozers in the area to clear about 29 hectares of land.
Le titre foncier a été annulé et l'État veut récupérer ce qui lui appartient. Même si l'État veut récupérer quelque chose qui lui appartient, nous avons acheté légalement ces terrains et nous avons fait des actes notariés. L'État ne peut pas se lever pour venir casser.
In the course of the demolition exercise, several material damage were recorded. The people say they've lost their several years of investment.
Alors aujourd'hui, nous réclamons la réparation, que tout ce qu'ils ont cassé, qu'ils ne continuent plus à casser, et de deux, qu'ils payent ce qu'ils ont cassé. Oh ouais. Il était question que ce matin, ils reviennent continuer à casser d'autres maisons. Nous nous sommes opposés.
Que la justice soit faite pour les plus petits, parce que apparemment eux ils voient les hommes un peu démunis, c'est les premiers cibles pour eux.
Several people arrested and calm was restored by the forces of law and order. Meanwhile, investigations have been opened.
And in other news, we now talk health. The quality of agricultural products or foodstuff consumed generally in Cameroon remains questionable or are of doubtful quality, mostly with the repeated use of formalin. It is as a result of that neighboring African countries like Gabon are putting in place measures at the level of their borders and markets to ensure that such products from Cameroon are of good quality before they can be imported into their countries. Lucy Liengu is here to tell us more.
With the rise in the use of formalin on food products in most markets in Cameroon, Neighboring countries are taking precautionary measures to prevent their citizens from consumption of formalin products from Cameroon. In a recent communique published by the Gabonese Food Security Agency on the 25th of July 2023, it reports the repeated use of formalin on certain products in Cameroon, mainly in the West region. As preventive measures, AGASA plans to strengthen its control and health monitoring system at the borders by carrying out tests on fruit, vegetable products, particularly plantain, pineapple and other foodstuffs entering the country from Cameroon. Gabonese Food Security Agency will also control the quality of products stored in the Libreville market, and if any product of doubtful quality is found, it would be destroyed. Surveillance will be extended to other agricultural products and fishery products. These measures put in place is to ensure the safety and well-being of its consumers. AGASA invites its consumers to remain vigilant, report any abnormality observed on food products. Authorities in the West region of Cameroon, where these practices are common, are taking measures to stop the use of formalin on agricultural products. The divisional officer of Chang visited the Chang main market to stop the use of formalin to ripen fruit and force agricultural products to maturity. The divisional officer of Chang warns the traders on the effect of formalin on human health.
We now come back to talk floods and mudslides in Boya. Council authorities in the southwest region in Boya precisely say they will continue to destroy houses found at risk zones in that municipality. That declaration was made by the deputy mayor for Boya, Mosoko Edward, after a mudslide occurred at the Bamumbu quarter recently. Let's now have more with Smart Jikan Gabriel. We will be coming to such reports that should be in the course of this newscast or in our subsequent news editions. Now we talk something else. Roads in the city of Douala. Less than a month after rehabilitation works were carried out on the Bonabo-Rompo-Maitu stretch of road to enhance flexibility of flexible circulation, craters are already forming on that road stretch. This is the disappointment of so many road users, and at the PK 14 or PK 14 neighborhood, a sudden deviation path created due to the ongoing rehabilitation works has plunged the local population in total misery as innocent as it us. In the report which comes up next.
While these inhabitants of PK14 struggle to pass, this man contemplates on how to cross over without trampling his feet in this pool of water.
Je suis en train de réfléchir comment faire pour traverser ce bourbier.
It is either he uses another road or waits for everyone to cross.
C'est un peu difficile. Je vais soit trouver une solution pour attendre que tout le monde passe, ou alors je contourne.
Even after crossing, the muddy and slippery nature of the road is another challenge. Drivers and bike riders find it difficult to circulate smoothly.
La voie est tellement gâtée, votre conduite est tellement gâtée, et ça nous met beaucoup dans les difficultés.
This is a result of a sudden deviation path following ongoing maintenance works on the main road, plunging the population in an unexpected suffering.
La voie de déviation n'était même pas au programme.
The deviation path was not even programmed. People were just surprised with it and are now compelled to ride and drive in quarters, causing a lot of inconveniences.
Devant les maisons de gens pour contourner de PK13 à PK Carrefour 14 là.
On the Bonabo-Rompo-Maitu stretch of road, where maintenance works were carried out a few weeks ago to enhance flexible circulation, craters are already forming.
Ça ne fait même pas 2 semaines. Et là, au rond-point, c'est très grave.
C'est là maintenant que les amortisseurs se pètent là tout. 2 jours, tout le pas passer 2 jours avec par exemple par ici. C'est très grave. Et pourtant, le super maire était là. Il a dit que on a tout fait, c'est bien. Et regardez.
This disgruntled driver says even an amateur is better off than the set engineers who carried out the maintenance works.
Même un maçon du quartier pourrait mieux faire que ça. Un maçon du quartier.
Je viens de caler même ici là. Pour le sortir, il n'y a même pas moyen. Donc vraiment, ça ne vaut pas la peine. Ça ne vaut pas la peine, je vous en prie, ça ne vaut pas la peine.
These road users say they are tired of being deceived, imploring authorities to be responsible, work and serve the people in good faith.
Thank you, Innocent. As the road users of the Sablukai-Fumaitu stretch of roads, they're complaining after that road stretch actually got bad just a few weeks after it was rehabilitated. Now let's come back to the report by Smart Ndikan Gabriel in Boya. Council authorities say they will continue to destroy houses found at risk zones in Isat municipality. That declaration was made by the deputy mayor for Boya, Mosoko Edwards, after a mudslide occurred at the Bamumbu quarter. Smart, you have the details.
Circulation to the Boya Central Market from Boya Town end of the road was blocked for several hours this weekend. This was as a result of a landslide that occurred at Bamumbu quarter in the Bonalionga neighborhood of Boya. Immediately informed about the incident, the second deputy mayor of Boya descended to the field, and he says the council has not given anyone within the zone a building permit.
For all the people there that reside or live around this area,
we have given warning signal to everyone around here, but overnight houses are being constructed. The council can never give people building permit when we know it's a risk zone. Acting from orders of the senior divisional officer, who is the supervisory authority of councils, and the governor, we are going to act immediately.
As council, we will do which way the law prescribes for us to do.
On the scene of the incident, a witness told the deputy mayor no one was injured, but that wasn't enough to convince the local administrator.
Eyewitness,
the witness we met here told us he saw some 2 people around the place, but all of them managed to escape from the mud. I will not take to his words until we dig the ground before we can conclude if no one was hurt.
But we pray, nothing like human being did.
If the incident at Bamumbu quarter didn't kill anyone unofficially, it came several days that 4 persons died in Limbe 1 subdivision as a result of landslide.
And now let's get updates on what is happening in Niger as West African leaders threaten military action against the military junta. In Niger, there are concerns about the outcome of the use of force by ECOWAS in efforts to restore democratic rule in the country. African Affairs and Policy analyst Barrister Liboros Osho thinks diplomacy is a better option. He spoke to our reporter Babila Jonathan, who compiled his views in the report which comes up next.
The West Africa Regional Bloc, ECOWAS, has declared zero tolerance for coups. To restore and protect democracy, ECOWAS leaders said in Nigeria's capital, Abuja, that all necessary measures will be taken to restore constitutional order in Niger if the military junta that seized power last week fails to respect a 7-day ultimatum issued by the regional bloc.
While I think that in defense of democracy, that ordinarily should be a welcome call, a welcome development, but pertinent question needs to be asked. Does the ECOWAS have the capacity to be able to restore democracy in Niger in the event that the military in Niger is headstrong and like they have, defied the ECOWAS order?
The West African leaders threatened military action against the junta if it does not reinstate President Mohamed Bazoum in 7 days. But Lagos-based practicing lawyer, public affairs and policy analyst Barrister Liboros Oshoma raises concerns about possible negative outcomes of such a decision in a volatile situation.
What if, you know, in sending troops, it creates more, you know, havoc, more harm than good? At the end of the day, whose interest is ECOWAS trying to serve? The people you are trying to protect. If at the end of the day, you know, you end up devastating the country in an attempt to protect democracy, can you really protect democracy in vacuum? Who is drumming support for these military juntas in Niger? Now that you see the burning of the flag, the French flag, and the hoisting of the Russian flag, you know, so I believe there are people who are beating this drum and might want to, you know, fight a proxy war with ECOWAS using, you know, the military intervention in Niger. That's why I think a diplomatic approach would have been more better.
Chad's President Mahamat Idriss Déby Itno has gone to Niamey to tell the junta to step down. He is the first foreign leader to visit Niger since the coup.
We now talk sports viewers. Team Cameroon at La Francophonie Games have had a gold medal thanks to the performance of Miriam Orok-Wasseh. Cameroon now counts a total of 6 medals. Elsewhere, the women's basketball team has qualified for the quarterfinals of the Afro-Basket competition taking place in Kigali, Rwanda. Smart Jikan Gabriel is among that beat.
A charged day for Cameroonian athletes participating at La Francophonie Games in the Democratic Republic of Congo. The 3 of La Francophonie Games centered around athletics with a handful of Cameroonian athletes taking part. Table tennis is also on the menu with Cameroon involved in the team's event semi-final. Cameroon's under-23 football team takes on Niger in the final group match of the football tournament later today. In Cameroon's under-23 Lions first match, they were held to a 1-1 draw by Lebanon. The women basketball team participating at La Francophonie Games this far have won 2 matches. Cameroon defeated Tunisia 61-52 before beating Madagascar 70-66. All medals for Cameroon at La Francophonie Games for now came from wrestling. Miriam Orok-Wasseh harvested gold in the 55 kilograms. Ngiri Blandine Nye won silver in the 65 kilograms. Jean-Cédric Montimbugu got bronze in 70 kilograms. Nabina Natasha won bronze in 57 kilograms. Tambi Roland won bronze in the 57 kilograms. And Doya Samuel in the 65 kilogram category of wrestling. In a whole, at the time of this report, Cameroon has 6 medals, 1 gold, 1 silver, and 4 bronze. At the Afro-Basket competition going on, the basketball Lionesses have sealed their place into the quarterfinal of the Afro-Basket competition. The indomitable Lionesses of basketball dominated their opponents from Guinea in their last Group B game 70-50 to cement their top seat in the group before.
Thanks so much for that sports reports. That brings us to the end of this edition of the news. Thank you, viewers, for always being faithful. Don't go away as usual. Our programs continue in about 30 minutes. Equinoxe would be live from Douala with Serge Alongoto and Julien Besbisai. We'll be with you at 8 p.m. for the news in the French language. Until then, bye-bye for now and stay with us on Equinoxe Television.